Here.
Mr. Bai?
Here.
Mr. Warner?
Here.
Mr. Lake?
Here.
And Mr. Double here.
Okay, thank you. First order of business is, we have the minutes from the two October meetings, starting with the October 7th meeting. Any comments, corrections, thoughts? I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Minutes are approved. October 21, any comments, thoughts, corrections, modifications needed for the October 21 minutes?
Motion to approve.
Pardon?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Correct. The motion passes. Okay, moving on, and this is a little change in well, the first one isn't. We have two resolutions to memorialize today that was added after the package went out last week. So there's two, both the PB 0524, the Morris Marketplace, and PB 0424, the CHC Madison project. So we'll start with the PB 0524, Morris Marketplace. Mr. Warner?
Chairman, the board will recall this was a preliminary and final major subdivision approval without the need for any bulk variance, design waiver, or other relief in connection with the proposal to subdivide for separate ownership and financing purposes lots 301 and 307 at 191 East Hanover Avenue, the Morris Marketplace. Board approved. There were conditions, as there always are. Many conditions, including requiring payment of all outstanding non-residential development fees prior to the issuance of certificates of occupancy or certificates of completion, and several other conditions, many of which were related to modifications to be made to the financial agreement and the reciprocal easement agreements and the redevelopment agreements, because this was a redevelopment project when it's well, it's still a redevelopment project. So hopefully the resolution is an accurate memorialization of the board's decision in the case.
Any questions, comments on this resolution? No. Okay, get a motion to approve it?
All eyes on Joe.
Was it here?
So moved.
Yeah.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll. Sonia?
Mr. Flowers?
Yes.
Mr. Barrett?
Yes.
Ms. Murphy?
Yes.
Mr. Benoit?
Yes.
Ms. Gariglia?
Yes.
Mr. Bai?
Yes.
So moved.
So now, moving on to the next one. Mr. Warner?
Certainly, this CHC Madison Project Owner LLC, this was a minor site plan approval, again, without need for any bulk variance or design waiver or other relief beyond the minor site plan approval in connection with the proposal to construct an approximately 1,476, that's approximately 1,476 square foot paver patio and surround with landscaping features at the Madison Hotel at 1 Convent Road in Morris Township. There were conditions of this approval as well: no exterior lighting or audio speaker systems. The patio was not to be used during the winter months, and only deer-resistant arborvitae species for screening and the like. So again, as always, hopefully our resolution is an accurate memorialization of the board's decision.
I make a motion, we accept the resolution as presented.
I'll second.
Second? Okay, Sonia, can you call the roll?
Mr. Alesso?
Yes.
Ms. Van Order?
Yes.
Mr. Rabbit?
Yes.
Ms. Murphy?
Yes.
Mr. Benoit?
Yes.
Ms. Gariglia?
Yes.
Mr. Bai?
Yes.
So moved.
Okay. Moving on, we actually to a public hearing. Could you introduce that, Sonia?
Yes. Our next application is PB. PBO 624, the Red Oak School, Inc., for an amended site plan, block 101, lot 1, 238 Sewell Avenue, in the OSGU zone. Applicant proposes installation of a new school sign.
And if I may?
Yes, please do.
She did have an opportunity to review the notice, found the content to be sufficient, found it to be timely served and published, both certified mail service and published on November 5th, both at least 10 days prior to this evening. So the board does have jurisdiction, excuse me, to hear and decide the application tonight.
Okay.
Hello, good evening. My name is Ruben Perez. I'm an attorney with Fox Rothschild, here on behalf of the Red Oak School, Inc., the applicant with respect to this present application for amended site plan approval. The applicant is seeking amended site plan approval for the installation of a new school sign, specifically signage on the facade of the school building, which is located at 238 Speedwell Avenue. This is on Block 101, Lot 1. The plans that have been provided and submitted with respect to the application remain current. I have tonight with us two individuals who can speak a bit further as to the application and to any questions that the planning board members may have. The first, who is seated to my left, is Mr. John Haberly. Mr. Haberly is the architect of record with respect to this application. Mr. Haberly is the principal of John J. Haberly AIA LLC, has been since January 1st, 2005. Mr. Haberly is a licensed architect of New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania since 1992. Additionally, seated behind us is Mr. Christopher Weaver. Mr. Weaver is the head of school of the Red Oak School, has been since July 1st, 2024, and he is familiar with the day-to-day operations with respect to the school. So at this time, I will open to any questions that the planning board members may have with respect to the application. As you've seen, it's a pretty standard application with respect to the signage, no variances that are being requested at this time.
If I may, Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Do you anticipate a direct examination from one or both gentlemen, or just simply answering questions?
Just answering questions.
Okay, well, in anticipation of the fact that one or more of them, one or both of them, I should say, may be answering those questions, if you'll both raise your right hand as well as our engineer, do all three of you swear to God or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do. Thank you. And back to you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so you just, any preamble to or any questions? I mean, I think we have the application. Does anyone have any questions on this?
I have a curiosity
Yes.
question.
Okay.
So you now have two schools, one still on Cutler, is that correct? And that has pre-K through 4? And then this one on Speedwell has grades 5 through 8? So it's still a pre-K 8 school. And how long have you been in the Speedwell location?
This is the third year.
Oh, your third
If
year?
you could switch maybe
Oh, yeah.
to the mic,
Okay.
it might be better.
Thank you.
Sure, and just for the record, this is Mr. Weaver, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and if we could just have a business address is fine for the record.
Can provide the address for this.
Address,
Uh,
business address
I
is
don't
fine.
even know.
Okay, what is that?
250.
Sorry, I just started this summer.
What is a GPS?
Starting to sweat. Yeah, so it's 238 Speedwell Avenue.
Okay, thank you.
And the question was, it's a pre-K through 8 school, and the intent is to keep it that way.
Okay. I'm actually, I didn't even know that you were in the Speedwell location, so I'm glad to hear
Because there's
that.
no sign.
There's no sign. I knew that St. Virgil's School wasn't there anymore, but
Glad to see I'm not the only one with the punch on this thing.
Mr. Chairman, I have
Yes.
just a couple of clarifications, because it took me a while to look at the site plan and see where the signs are going, because it's not indicated on the site plan. But I did see the trailer, because that was shaded. Is the trailer now part of this? That was part of
They said,
double wide trailer.
there's,
Pete, can you bring the site plan up?
Is that
Maybe-
existing
Maybe,
or
it'll- Mr.
proposed?
Chairman, if I may,
Yes.
maybe it'll help if just a run through, because I think an amended site plan was provided that may have been with respect to a prior application, I'm guessing.
probably.
That's correct.
okay,
That's
that's,
the prior application, given that the only change that's being made is the signage on the school.
Can you zoom in?
Oh.
So there's no
It's
double
it's
wide
right
trailer?
here.
It's, no, he's
Right.
referring to this,
There.
the proposed.
So, yeah, so-
Wide trailer.
So the survey and that drawing there is just from a previous application. That double would have nothing to do with it, right? With this application. Okay, that's,
So we can ignore this.
That's what I
and it's
thought.
not mentioned anywhere in the application
Just a
either,
local
so other
question,
than
Mr.
under that.
Chairman.
Yes, Mr.
So
Lesso.
can I ask, is the double wide trailer no longer there? I know you
I'm
started
not familiar with the double wide trailer.
I don't believe it's there.
Uh,
When I drove
Yeah,
by, I don't,
I've
it's
never
not
seen a
there.
double wide trailer.
So could
No, it's not part of
somebody
the
just point
application.
to where the sign is going to go?
Yeah.
The one sign is pretty obvious, but the other one is not. I think that was Ed's question.
Well, I think I figured it out, but
This is,
You want to go up there?
this is the outline of the footprint of the building.
Yeah.
The signage is going,
Just one sign.
That's what I figured. Okay.
Just one sign?
there's two signs. There's one sign over the door, as shown on the front elevation that you have in the submittal.
And just for the record, that's Mr. John Haberly, the architect, and perhaps, since we heard his qualification, your license remains in good standing?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
And I will accept his
The board has accepted
qualifications,
you as
yes.
an expert in
Thank
the
you.
field of architecture in the state of New Jersey, which gives you the right to point out where the signs are located. It's 2-1. I'm still winning.
Right.
I'm sorry, please.
If I may. So the Red Oak School, middle school campus is going over the front door in this location. There's also an Oakley logo that is going on what we call the tower, that's right off of this corner.
And where's the second sign?
That's
Above
it.
That's the
door.
second one.
That's the second sign.
2.
Thank you.
And maybe you could speak to maybe the next, your architectural plan might be helpful to the
If I
board.
may mention, there was an existing sign out front that was removed as part of the overall school rehabilitation project. It was a large digital sign, which I'm sure the neighbors will be thrilled has been removed. There was also another individual letter sign on the existing tower that said St. Bergen School, small letters, they were maybe 8 inches tall, and those were removed as part of the project as well. There was also a cross at the top of that tower, which we didn't want anything to do with. That was removed as well.
If I may, was that part of the prior application, or was that just simply subsequent to the prior approval and just the determination made by the,
It was part of a prior application when they rehabilitated the entire school.
Okay.
sorry for
No,
jumping out of order.
thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I just have a quick
Mr. Burke.
question. Since you're up there on the chart, there is currently a sign, I don't know if it's on the sidewalk, but in the front.
No longer is.
I saw it there today. What did I see today?
Is it the church sign?
No, it says Red Oak
Red
School.
Oaks.
Okay, that must be a temporary sign that
Okay.
they got approval. for.
There's
The
a-
township. It's off the corner.
There's a
isn't it?
small
It's on the corner.
sign, wooden sign on the.
Yeah, the
corner.
wooden sign.
Correct, yeah.
So is that going to be removed or is that going to remain there? Okay.
That was just an approval that they received when they opened the store shortly thereafter, just to get some.
Some signage.
Yes, Mr. Ravitz.
Just a quick question. I didn't see anywhere whether this sign or the Oakley is going to be lighted. Can I assume that there's no lighting on this?
The oak leaf, no. The lettering, there is lighting indicated on that
I-
elevation. There's a strip light that would sit on top of the canopy that's over the entrance door.
I'm blind. Okay, so that light is going to be lit from what hours?
We would ask for your assistance in that regard. You know, we would like it lit as long as possible, but if we need to put it on a timer where it's on at dusk, let's say, depending on the time of year, of course, and it's out at midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning or something, you know, we would look for your direction.
Okay, what is it typically 10 o'clock? Is it-
Typically 10
Yeah, but
o'clock.
there's nobody around there, right?
Is it backlit or is it's
It's
downlit?
a wall washer. It's a linear wall
So
washer.
it's downlit.
It's shining up
Oh,
at the sign, so
yeah.
it's sitting on the canopy on
Oh, okay.
pivoting brackets. and it's a wall washer that just shines right up at the signage. It's an LED fixture, so it can be dimmed as necessary.
I would think 10 o'clock, I mean, which is typical of our other lighting ordinances, for dark sky and whatnot. Would it need to be lit anytime after 10 PM?
We were thinking it can, consistent with the conventions of the street. Tips Bar and Grill is across the way, and there's a bunch of other shops. And so because there's traffic on the street and part of the function is advertising, to have it on a little bit later would be nice, but we're flexible on that.
Okay. Would you consider going down to half lighting, because of a dark sky, you wouldn't need it to be full bright. We do like to preserve our night sky as much as possible.
Full agreement.
And it's LED lighting, so it's totally dimmable.
Thank you.
Mr. Warner, do you
Yeah,
have a
just
comment?
if I may, to help the board, there was a prior approval, December 2010, for St. Virgil Academy at the same location. There were some conditions of approval, but this was with respect to a sign at the time. It might have been a digital
The digital
sign, so I'm not saying it's an apples to apples comparison. But one of the conditions was sign lighting shall be turned off no later than 9 PM. That was then for that application. And shall remain off until 7 AM in the morning. But whatever is appropriate from the board's perspective is certainly fine. So I just wanted you to be aware of that history.
And if I may, again, it's a separate application, separate type of character of signage. So we would just also ask that that be considered with respect to the.
Mr. Lester.
Mr. Chairman, I think the compromise that Mr. Rabbit's made is fair. Full lighting till 10 and then half lighting until, 1 o'clock.
Till dawn.
Oh, till dawn. That sounds fair. I mean, they do face commercial. It's
And
not
when she
facing
shows up, we'll turn it right up.
Right.
One for me, one for me.
Any other comments on that?
Just one more.
Yeah, Mr. Dunlap.
Chairman, just want to confirm, I don't know if it's for Jim or for the applicant, the size of the letters that conforms to the ordinance?
They do. The letters that say the Red Oak School are 18 inches tall. All the letters, first of all, are acrylic. They're mounted to the wall with 1-inch standoff, so they sit 1 inch off the face of the wall. Red Oak School is 18-inch tall letters. The middle school campus lettering is 12-inch tall. We did a calculation that is in difference, I understand, to the way it should have been calculated. We have the capability in CAD to determine what the square footage of each letter is, since they're individual letters. And, we came up with the number that's indicated on your submission of 1.2% of the overall square footage. Mr. Slate pointed out to me earlier that you would typically draw a rectangle or a box around the lettering, but from my understanding, we are still well below the 5% allowance.
As far as the ordinance goes, we allow up to 5% of the facade for signage. And as I went through the calculation, it's a total of 80.88 square feet. If you draw a box around Red Oak School, a box around the middle school campus, and then also a box around the leaf signage. That gives you a total of 80.88, and that gives you 3.6% of the facade where you can go up to 5%. So they're still under the 5% requirement.
In my experience, for what it's worth, that's generally how it's done. You don't go letter by letter.
Right.
And the facade meeting from the very left side of the face all the way to the very right side?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Back to the lighting question. Are people acceptable with the?
I think that's a nice compromise. I mean, I understand their need for some advertising.
Right.
And that is a pretty brightly lit corridor in any case. So I think that's good.
Yeah, the 9 o'clock limit from before seemed awfully restrictive, but then that was
But-
one of the digital sign that was out.
Yeah.
A little more.
With respect
In your
to that
face
digital
than this
sign,
one.
There was also a condition limiting
Very high in there.
the number of changes that could be
Oh,
made.
right. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Which is
Right.
something that's evolved in zoning over the last 20 years now.
Right.
or,
Yeah.
With all the different types of signs. I forgot the term.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess if you're willing to accept that, the compromise, that, any other comments, questions?
Might be appropriate to make a motion that we approve the application with the stipulation that they will cut their lights down from half intensity at 10 o'clock and then keep it at half intensity until dawn shows up.
She's perpetually late.
I can't hold back. My suggestion is we don't tell Dawn.
Okay, one for him.
I'll second. No.
Any discussion?
Just for the record,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, could
Please
we
do.
recognize that there is no
Oh,
public to ask
Oh,
questions or
yes,
make
I'm sorry,
comments.
thank you, right,
So, before we
One
go.
second.
right. Good point. I guess, call the roll, or
And who made the motion?
Joe.
Joe?
Second?
That was me.
Thank you. Mr. Alessa?
Yes.
And just before we do roll call, I want to go through, conditions. So the existing small wooden sign will be
Oh,
removed
right.
as testified to. We've got the lighting condition. The existing freestanding sign has been removed. We'd like to have a detail of the light included on the plans, and that the plan should be corrected to reflect the total signage square footage based on the rectangular.
The correct methodology. And applicant stipulates to those reasonable conditions of approval?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ms. Senora?
Yes.
Mr. Parent?
Yes.
Mr. Rabbit?
Yes, and good luck.
Ms. Murphy?
Yes.
Mr. Benoit?
Yes.
Mr. Flowers?
Yes.
Mr. Rivia?
Yes.
Mr. Bott?
Yes.
So moved.
St. Virgil's School or St. Virgilius School? The previous? No, excuse me, not the school. The church. St. Virgil?
St. Virgil's.
St. Virgil's.
I saw it said St. Virgilius.
I saw that too. and I was like, Okay.
Virgil's.
There's one I
When you
didn't
have a
know.
friend from decades, you find out they've got a different given name.
Maybe that's the Latin way.
Virgilius?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Yes,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, but. What do I do with mine? Yes, yes.
We seem to be concerned about lighting on a lot of the applications. Can I ask if somebody do maybe a deep dive on the Procter Bank, the one that lights up most of Morris County? No, I mean, Bud, you must see it all the time. It's
I'm aware of it.
Three gigantic Provident sign, it's ridiculously bright, and they don't shut off 24 hours a day. I mean, 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm going to a fire call, I let it light me down. I don't even.
To guide your path.
So I don't, is it possible that they're out of compliance?
I would say it's possible, and I know we've received complaints, and those complaints have gone to the bank, and I thought that they made adjustments to that, but I'll follow up with Dave on that.
No,
Thanks.
it's just, it's bright now.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
Joe. Thank
neighbor on
you.
Old Glen has complained about that previously.
Adding to the complaint list.
I'll second that.
The banks seem to be the primary perpetrators of light violations.
Oh, Steve,
And gas stations.
That bank or a bank
And gas
generally?
station.
Banks generally.
Okay, not that bank
There's one
specifically.
in particular that uses a blue light that in some municipalities seems to just, it goes to the sky. It's like it's like a
Like a
spotlight.
Hard Rock Cafe
Yeah.
guitar string
Yeah, exactly.
hotel.
That's what you don't want, lighting up the sky.
Yeah, right.
It just drives me crazy.
Which bank- which is it?
Provident on Old Glen and Madison.
Oh, I haven't, I guess I've never been by in
Go
the middle of the
that way
night.
tonight. Don't go that way at
I'm
3
not
o'clock.
there.
Yeah, right.
It is
I'm just
bright.
glad it's not the
very
ugly,
bright.
ugly color that you see.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess, I still no public has arrived for comments, so I think we can open and close that session perfectly manner. Anything from the legislative committee?
Nothing from me, Don.
Nope.
Okay, and I don't believe we have any reason for a closed session?
Not this evening.
Sonia, did you add something?
I do, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
I At this time, I have 0 application for the December 2nd meeting.
Really?
Do you authorize me to cancel that meeting?
Yes.
Good answer.
We're free, we're free.
I make a motion, we support Rick's.
We'll use that
Well-
time for shopping.
And now it's my turn to throw a dig. Steve probably wouldn't have the resolution for this one done by then anyway. So.
One for him.
I will say that Paul and I are typically the ones holding up.
Oh, okay.
He promptly sends it to us and
No.
we're slow to respond.
No, maybe. No.
Okay, I'm waiting for Joe and I haven't heard anything.
I felt like jumped a little early on the application.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Make
okay.
a motion, we adjourn.
Second?
Ms. Murphy seconds it.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Thank you for showing up.
Next year's will be a little busy.